Alrighty. So, welcome back, guys. I apologize. Missed the upload today. It's been a crazy couple of days. Today I worked from 8 to 8 essentially. And I'll be doing the same tomorrow. But I did want to get this video in real quick for you guys to preview the last day of the homestead. Our last match just concluded with the battle for LA. The Gladiators did come out on top. Absolutely huge day from Surefour. Um, Ultimately led them to victory. Um, they looked better. Valiant played pretty well as well. They just couldn't really finish off fights and maps. But so yeah, saw some good stuff from Glads, but there's still work to be done. They need Roar and the supports really need to work together better because he gets picked off way too many times first. Sometimes he's way out of position. Um, Otherwise, I did not watch the other games. Like I said, was working. Um, I caught the tail end of the third match. Um, but we had Atlanta taking down Dallas. Atlanta is now looking like they're in good shape. All they have to do is beat Boston, and then they will clinch the sixth seed, and they will skip the play-ins, which is crazy. Um, and the Seoul Dynasty, or the London Spitfire will be in the play-ins. Um, Also, New York beat Boston. Not super impressive. It was even 3-1 to not get a 4-0 there is not great. And then San Francisco edged out Vancouver 3-2. Like I said, I'll have to go back and watch those, but yeah, I can't really comment much about them. So we had pretty much nothing change in the standings. The big things were Gladiators have clinched the fourth or fifth seed. If Hangzhou wins tomorrow, Hangzhou will be 4, Gladiators will be 5. If Hangzhou loses, then they will be number 5 and Gladiators will be 4. Same Atlanta, they win, they're 6. If they lose, they're 7. Or no, if they lose, they'll probably be 8. And then London will retain their 6th spot. Valiant, now that they've lost to Gladiators, it's win or go home. If they beat the Shock, then they're in. If they lose to Shock, they are out. So that's pretty much the only playoff implications. I will do a preview of the play-ins once the matches are done tomorrow. I won't do the video tomorrow, but it will be done shortly afterward, before the play-ins start, of course. So we will then go over the individual matchups themselves. But otherwise, the event looked like it was fun. Like I said, if I've missed a couple of the live events, so I will definitely be going back and watching it. If anything, just because it's one of the homesteads and it is the rivalry week. So we're going to just go over the 4 matches that will be happening tomorrow. One thing to note, if I had done like the predictions I had in my mind when I was looking at this before, I would have been right on all of them except the last one. I had Atlanta, New York, San Francisco, and Valiant winning their games. So moving forward, we got the Spark taking on the Dragons. So the Dragons look pretty terrible this stage. Their last couple of matches, they're now back under 500. They're down to 13 and 14. They look very far removed from the team that won the entire stage 3. So I'm gonna go with Spark here. I think they're definitely playing better. I think they're definitely playing the best that they have all season. Honestly, in my eyes. They were playing pretty well in stage 3 as well, but I like them even more in this stage. They really seem to figure out the Orisa Hog strategy. Godsby has been extremely proficient on the Hanzo in particular. His Widow's also been pretty solid. Um, so I just like them a lot better in this situation. It looks like Shanghai still doesn't really know how to play this matchup very well, and they are having struggles. So I think Hanzhou wins this one. Shanghai's losing pretty much all their matches 1-3, so I'm gonna say the same thing happens here. Spark wrap it up 3-1. Then we got Atlanta Reign taking on the Boston Uprising. I still think Atlanta looks good. I'll have to watch. Losing a map against Dallas is a little weird, but Dallas isn't awful, honestly. I thought they were an okay team They were able to take a map off of most teams this stage at least. Um, they just weren't good enough to really take it to the next level, mostly because of Zachary. But well, they had other issues too. I won't single-handedly blame him, but he was definitely part of the problem. Um, in this case, I'm gonna say another 3-1. Boston seems to be sneaking out a map now. Their last couple times out, they did against New York, and they did in their previous matchup last week as well. So I think that they'll put up a fighting chance, particularly on one of the first two maps. That's where Atlanta has been dropping a map if they are. So after the halftime, I think Atlanta comes out and really just closes it out. They go 3-1 and clinch their playoff spot. It's kind of tough though. It's like, do you throw though? Because if they do win, they're going to be playing San Francisco. But obviously, you won't want to throw because you never want to throw, especially at a professional level. As well as even if they do lose to San Francisco right away, they will still go into the losers bracket. If they lose and go into the play-ins, all they have to do is lose their first or second match, and then they're just done for the year. So they're gonna want to come out, win this one, and send our reigning champs into the play-in tournament. After that, it is the matchup of New York Excel and Vancouver Titans. So a matchup of the most dominant team in the regular season last year versus the most dominant team in the regular season this year. I think Vancouver's going to win this one pretty easily. I kind of hate to say it, but Vancouver is looking better and better. They put up a good fight against San Francisco today, it seems, because I mean they took them to 5. They must have. And well, New York probably looked a bit better today. Because they won and they were running Flower instead of Dene. I still don't think they're amazing. I don't love that, like the Libero Flower combo. I mean, it's the potential's sky high, but I don't know. I still think that the mental makeup of this team is pretty weak in general. I think that in particular last year, Ark, who is now gone, and Sabiobi were the emotional leaders and kind of the calming people on stage, and I don't see that happening with obviously Ark is gone now for a while, and with Sabiobi on the bench. I think if they start to tilt on stage, like Mono strikes me as quiet, and I don't think they have like another big leader on there on that squad. So I think Vancouver takes this one. I think New York will snag a map though. I'm gonna say it's a 3-1 in favor of the Titans. And the final match of the regular season, it's the Los Angeles Valiant in their homestead trying to take down the San Francisco Shock. Like I said, there are signs of life from the Valiant. When they're running a Pharah comp, it's amazing because you get agilities on the Pharah, and you get an Ana as your other healer besides your Mercy, and Kariv is one of the best Anas in the entire league. I'd say he's definitely better than Violet at that hero. So there are a couple of reasons to believe Valiant might be able to pull this out, but I just don't see it happening. They got Volskaya and Blizzard World again, which they did lose to Gladiators on both of those today. I think, if anything, Valiant are going to take Li Zhang because you got a couple of very strong Pharah and or Doomfist points, which Agilities is very good at both of them. KSF could play a bit of the Doomfist as well. So there are opportunities there. And then map 4, Junkertown, you get to the Snipe Fest. It's whichever DPS is popping off at the time. But I can't do it. I almost said Valiant bring it to a map 5, and then who knows what happens. But I think Valiant win map 1, and then it's kind of like this match today, where San Francisco just kind of pulls away and just shows that they're a bit better at executing in these compositions. They're a bit, their talent level's higher. They're a bit more well-rounded as a team, and they have a little bit firmer grasp on this meta. They don't waste ults. We saw a pretty decent amount of ults wasted from the Valiant tonight, but who knows? You know, they have the home crowd. They got the home crowd effect, so we'll see what it can do. I'm going to say the Shock win this one 3-1. And that is the end of the regular season. Overwatch League Season 2. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy that the season is just like the regular season is going to be over tomorrow. It has been a lot of fun. Even though we've had some people disappointed about goats, and now this meta, I would really like to just delete Orisa from the game, along with like 6 other heroes. But it is what it is. I'm still enjoying watching the matches. Although, like I said, I really don't like Orisa. I really don't. It's just not fun for her or who she's playing against or for viewers. But we're seeing a lot of Hanzo play and a lot of Widow play, and I think the support play has been really interesting. And then the flex tank to see if they're playing the Diva or more the Roadhog, and if they go on the crazy flanks or not. So there is definitely still a lot of value here. I think we're going to get a great playoffs. I'm excited for the play-ins. We have a couple of really strong-looking teams in there, so it'll be fun to see how the top 8 shakes out for playoffs. Um, so other than that, look forward to those uploads next week. Thank you guys very much for watching. I apologize for the tardiness of this video. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic couple of days, and I'll see you in the next one.